All right, we have a no heat call, and it is a nasty rainy day. And this is a house we have not been to before. We were recommended by a neighbor. Hopefully it's in the attic, but let's go see. All right, so they first tried to insist that I take my shoes off. So I did that. And yes, I will probably leave it there. Take that wire nut off. The red. Okay, we have induced draft. And we have ignition. So I'm going to guess we may have a fan problem. Induced draft doesn't sound very good. But wait for the click. And there went the click, and we get no fan. See if I can spin it in my hand. So I spun it, nothing happened. Let's turn the burner off. I'm thinking that we're getting no fan from the relay. So I'm just going to take one of these speeds off the board here. And touch it to the high voltage. So it looks like they're using the black for cool. Looks like they got the orange and the black hooked up. Yeah, the orange is just a blower, so that's like full-time blower. I don't think you can see that because of my light. No, I see, it says heat. So I've got the orange on heat and the black on cool. So I'm going to pull both of those off. And I'm going to go over here to a constant power line voltage. And I'm going to put one of my little double spades on there and see if the fan starts that way. And if it does, we'll give them heat with full-time fan until we can go and see if we have this board in the truck. This looks like one of those universals. Somebody's replaced it. We'll go see if we have one, and we'll get the heat on. It's very cold downstairs. See if we can get it see if we can get it up and heating while we're looking. All right, so what I did is I unplugged the transformer wire because that's a hot, just 120. I'm gonna take the cool speed over there and touch it. We'll try it with the heat one too. Yep, so we have a board failure here. There's no doubt of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little double spade connector on these two and stick them on there and let the heat run a little bit while I either send for a board, or if I get lucky, may have one in the truck. I don't keep these universals, but I have 2 or 3 OEM boards for ICPs and of course all the train boards, but let's see what we got. Okay, so I always keep a couple of these in my pocket. That one, either one would go on. I think this one probably be better. So I always keep a couple of those in my pocket I'm going to turn it on with that right quick, and then we'll go see if we've got a board or if we can get one. All right, so I just sistered along with the transformer wire, and I'm going to move the cooling speed wire out of the way there and stick this on there. And there comes our fan. So I'm going to go ahead and let it be making some heat. It should light back up in just a second. We'll let it make some heat while we go see about a board. Let's go see what we got, and I'm gonna stick this door back on and let them get some heat for a little bit. It's really cold downstairs. Okay, so what I did was ran around the corner on another quick call, and she brought me this board here. That's an OEM board. And, if I remember correctly, yeah, this has a aftermarket Honeywell on it. So I'm going to shut this down. Take my little double spade connector back. And we're going to change this board out right quick. And so the house warmed up quite a bit, got it up to 65. I was probably gone about 25 minutes. So it was really cold down there. And we had some spring days last week, and I tell you what, this week just turned out terrible. But so let's shut this down and get this board on here. Okay, so these are really simple to change out. We actually did another one of these earlier today, so I don't know what of these videos turn out the best or how many of them I will publish or whatever, but we had another one of these. What had happened to it was this whole block right here just broke loose and came off. So got the thermostat wires off. There's the fan wires. There's the two that are parked. And all the neutrals. Well, they got these blue wires that go into the limit back there. Got them stretched tight right through everything here. Whoever put this other board on, obviously just stuck it all back in there as quick as they could get it in there and let everything tangle up. I don't guess it really hurting anything. Just makes it a little harder to get it apart next time, or fish through any of it and look at what's what. And that is your, what is that black wire right there? I think that is your actual, maybe that's the draft motor, draft inducer DI. I think that blue is actually line. So yeah, comes from the door switch. And that's our transformer wire. Up here, we have the 24 volt, the blue and yellow, common and hot. Then we have our Molex plug here. That's pretty much it. Oh, there's a ground green wire right there. Alright, so that's pretty much it right there. That's got us unhooked. So let's get the new board mounted and we'll hook it up really quick. And as we often see when we get the board off, there's a spot on the back of it. Spot on the back of the board there. So that definitely tells us why the fan was not coming on. So let's get the new one on there. And we should be good to go shortly. OEM board, that's a real pain, is they don't have holes that are compatible with the regular standoffs. And then the hole there is smaller than these holes, and so there's no way to mount it. So what I end up doing is taking bit tips and making a couple of holes, and then I take a regular 1.5 or 2 inch, I think these are grill type screws, zip screws, and mount it with that. And so I'm just going to put 2 of them. I got one there and one there, and that's good enough. And you just have to make sure they're not too long that they go back and hit the blower. And then also, this is for the very first lip right there on this little metal standoff, or the little pedestal, whatever we call that, is actually tight on here, so you have to hold the back of it with a pair of pliers and drill that through. Once it goes through, it's loose. But it's a real pain to mount these OEM boards. They do not come with anything else in it. No screws, no standoffs, no nothing. And at least the Honeywell Universal boards at least snaps right back on to these. And it probably comes with another pack of them in there too. But for whatever reason, I just buy the OEM boards and put them on. So let's wire this thing back up right quick. And see if we can get out of here in a fairly quick fashion. Let's see. And everything's going to be in a little bit different of a place here as well. There's our draft. There's for the unused blower speeds. There's all of our neutrals. There's the circulate if you want one of those. There's the cooling blower and the heating blower right there. And these are going to be your high voltage for your that's the draft, goes up there. This is the transformer, it goes here. Okay. And get all the neutrals up there. And they're pretty hard to mix up. If we were going back to the same exact board, I would probably put them back like they were, but so here is the two Yep. Those don't really matter either. And for some reason, I think they had the yellow on common and the blue on the what has an X, but that's the hot for the 24 volt. They were parking the red and the blue. So we'll put those on the unused. And we will stick the orange back on the heat. Starting to get a little tight there. The orange on the heat spade, the black on cool. Didn't bring my tripod, so doing all that one-handed. All right. Now, got a fire and EAC, nothing on those. We got one more neutral missing. That one's very important because that is the neutral for the transformer. Okay, and the ground. Not sure what that's for. I see they have a twin spade. That can be handy if you're twinning. Alright, so let's test the functions on the board, make sure everything's working, and then we will hook the thermostat wires back up. Alright, as I mentioned earlier, I've got to put my jumper wire back in my pocket, so I just jumped R and W. Looks like we're going to be alright, so let's get all the thermostat wires back in here and the float switch wired into the red. Be good to go. All right, so everything's working. We're going to close it back up. Got all the thermostat wires back on and the float switch being broken by the red. Found this laying up here. I hate these homemade hardware store so-called filter doors, but I did learn the trick to getting them back on. So what you do is you pull the filter out a little bit, and then you just get the door, so-called door, back over the actual filter itself and squeeze it in there and push it in along with the cardboard, and you know, that's kind of in there. That's really a jacked up filter, but it works. So let's get the doors back on. And I'm going to make some of you guys happy. There you go. Took the tape off the door switch. I usually leave them on, and then we get these comments from the, you know, whatever type you want to call them, that say, oh, that's for safety, blah, blah. And anybody that needs that really shouldn't be in here anyway. But like I say, go ahead and make some of the guys that feel that way happy. It's back off, and I'm going to put the door back on. I'm going to go turn the thermostat up again, watch it fire up, and we're going to take off. Now, of course, another thing you can do before you leave these is the dip switches. So it gives you several different options here for blower delays, you know, the on and off delay. You know, good to have a little bit of delay after the heating cycle, kind of clear the heat off of it, cool the heat exchanger down. Some people like the delay on cooling and delay on heating, and you know, they decide that there's certain ways they like all that. I don't get too wrapped up in that on the old simple furnaces. You know, they're okay with me, whatever they want to do, but we'll watch it and make sure we like it. So let's fire it up. Okay, for whatever reason, the homeowner appeared to get hot, so they turned it back down to 62. So we're going to go ahead and leave it. This is a rental house. quite sure they don't want me to do anything other than fix it and go. I have worked for this customer before. Didn't realize that when I first got here, but so I called for the authorization on the part replacement and the repair cost. I realized I had worked on another one of his houses, but we are fixed. We have heat, and we're going to go on to the next one. Thanks for watching.